Now, bearded dragons have to be one of the most popular reptiles in the hobby. Great personality, gets to a pretty decent size, and all in all, really makes a good pet. However, despite popular belief, these guys aren't the easiest reptiles to care for, and some tips and tricks will definitely help you guys out when you first get into bearded dragons. Hey there guys, Eddie and Dakota here. Now, I know what you're asking yourself, and no, I don't know what the fuck that was, but I feel like it was just too good not to leave in. So, the video only goes downhill from here. It peaked at that sentence. That's it. But I feel like you should keep watching. That's it. So with all that out of the way, let's sit back, relax, and dive into the top 5 things you need to know before buying a bearded dragon. That's a long intro. Speaking of, title, roll the intro. Now, before we get this video started, I know a couple of the fans on the channel, you know, the constant coming backers, they're like, Dakota, what is this? Colored shirts? You've done 170 something episodes and have not worn color once. What's happening? Well, this new shirt, this is gonna be the new top 5 shirt. Cause look at this. Look, do you see this? It's frogs. I think it's a pretty rad shirt, you know. My mom got it for me. So, this is gonna be the new top 5 shirt, cause it's frogs. And that's the only reason. Let's start this list. And then diving into tip number 1, we are going to be talking about, well, the care. Unlike some of the beginner reptiles you'll be usually choosing, you know, anything like corn snake, king snake, ball python, leopard gecko, those kinds of animals, bearded dragons have a little bit more of a, I guess I wouldn't call it a complex care, but it's a little more advanced than just a standard crested gecko where you mist and you're good to go room temperatures. These guys require a couple of things such as a basking area with basking lights feeding to a certain temperature, UVB lights, things like this. If you guys don't really know too much about the care, I got it right there or right there. I think it's gonna be right here in the corner because I always point the wrong way. So yeah, number care, that's care, number care. We're off to a great start. Now, the care of the bearded dragon is probably going to be the most important thing to know before you get your bearded dragon. You know, you got to know how to take care of it. That's you would think it's self-explanatory, but thinking of 5 things is kind of hard. So we put it in there. Moving on. Diving to the next spot on this list, we are going to talk about tip number 2, the diet. Once again, with bearded dragons, it can get a little more complicated than like the crested gecko. You know, you just mix some food and you put it in. It's not that simple, unfortunately, due to the fact that bearded dragons, well, are omnivores. This means that the animal is going to get both a protein-based diet while also a plant-based diet, going on a variety of foods such as crickets, dubia roaches, any type of superworm, mealworm, things like this, and then your assorted variety of veggies going in there as well, getting a constant ratio of, you know, a higher protein base and a lower plant base while they are babies and still growing up until they reach that adult life stage where they're going to need a little less of that caloric and protein-based intake and a little more light, you know, the diet greens, you would say. So that's pretty much all that. If you want to know more, we got a video on that. It's right there. So yep, number 2, plants and bugs. Moving on. And then moving down this list, we're going to be going on to tip number 3, the proper enclosure. Well, now that we know how to care for the bearded dragon and what to feed the bearded dragon, where to house the bearded dragon is going to be, well, the next tip. Now, again, against popular belief, it has been known for quite a couple years that people used to say, oh, put him in a 40-gallon aquarium. That's all you need for a bearded dragon. Doesn't make much sense. With bearded dragons growing anywhere from 20 to 20-ish inches, I'll put the length right there if I'm wrong, bearded dragons are longer than the width of a 40-gallon, with the 40-gallon dimensions usually being a 36 by 18 by 18. The bearded dragon's not even have enough room to turn around and not even enough length to double its body length. Yeah, personally myself and a lot of other bearded dragon owners feel that this is just too small of an enclosure space. With that being said, the new enclosure size that people talk about is going to be a 4 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot enclosure. With that being said, these enclosures aren't really going to be something you're going to find in the pet store. This isn't going to be your classic aquarium or exoterra type setup. They simply just don't make sizes that big that where a bearded dragon really fits in and healthily fit into. Words. Am I right? No, this kind of enclosure is going to be something where you're either going to need to be the handyman and build it yourself, or outsource it from one of the get this damn squeaky chair. Outsource it from an aftermarket enclosure person. This is going to be things like I was gonna say ZoomEd, but that's not right. Going to be companies such as Vision Cages, Boafile, AP Cages, and of course, the best, Zen Habitats. Yes, Zen Habitat enclosures. They make beautiful enclosures that look like this right here. It's just an elegant, great design going from, you know, the standard black plain PVC to this great decorative look. Of course, they're going to have that 4 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot in there. It's just a great enclosure space. All, the open screen really helps in making sure that no humidity gets as high. Of course, bearded dragons being an arid species, you're not going to want that much humidity. All in all, I think the Zen Habitat is a great enclosure and really the best for bearded dragons. If you're interested in Zen Habitat enclosures, you can actually get one right now. In that description, I have a link to go to it. It would help me out and you get a cool enclosure, so I'd do it. Number 3. Oh man. Alright, we got a pretty good grasp on how to care for the bearded dragon now. You know, you got the enclosure, how to take care of it, what to feed it. But I think there's something we're missing. So, of course, rounding down onto almost the end of the list, we're going to be going over number 4, what to fill the enclosure with. Now that you have this nice 4 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot enclosure, you gotta know what to put in it. Of course, here at DVCB Exotics and a lot of other reptile keepers on top of that, we always recommend a loose substrate for bearded dragons. Just this being that this is what naturally occurs in the wild for them, and you're going to exhibit natural behaviors that really stimulates the mentality of the bearded dragon and keeps them almost, I guess, from not getting bored would be the phrasing. Now, I know, I can already tell, my hate comments senses are tingling, that the comment sections are getting filled right now. I can't believe you would recommend loose substrate for a bearded dragon. Don't you know what an impaction is? You're going to kill millions of bearded dragons, Dakota. Yeah, right, like this video is gonna get more than 1,000 views. Come on, hater guy. I know this is a controversial topic, and of course people are going to keep saying the misinformation. Bearded dragons can't be on loose substrate because it causes impaction. I've made a few videos why this is wrong. Here's one of them right here. It's like 15 minutes. It's a really old video, so it's not very good, but the information's there, and it's good information. So do with that video what you will, but yes, loose substrate is something that we definitely recommend. Not only do dragons enjoy digging, burrowing, things like this, they also love to climb. I know, isn't that weird? Bearded dragons are arboreal lizards, Dakota. What are you talking about? Well, it is seen in Australia, you know, where bearded dragons come from, that they can be seen climbing up trees, fence posts, things like this, and it's a natural exhibit that they show in the wild, so why would we not give them that chance in captivity? This is why I always have some large branches and some shelf units in that custom wall I made, making sure that my dragon can climb up, climb down, hang out really wherever she wants, and just giving her that opportunity if she wants to do it. It's definitely something that I just think your bearded dragon will definitely appreciate, and you'll be able to exhibit natural behaviors from your bearded dragon. Hey folks, I know what you're thinking. Dang, this was a great list. Probably the best one I've ever seen. I'm definitely gonna like and subscribe to this guy, but it's just so cringy, man, I can't. But hey, we're not done with this list yet. We still have one last tip, and yes, that is going to be tip number 5. Enjoy your bearded dragon. Although these guys might not be the easiest reptiles to care for, and you're going to have a little bit of trouble making sure everything that is fine-tuned exactly to the point, of course getting used to supplementations, feeding schedule, things like this, but with all the work that you're doing, make sure to appreciate and enjoy the animal you're getting. Of course, that's probably the reason why you got a bearded dragon in the first place, because of course they make great, awesome pets. My bearded dragon was the first reptile I've had, and it's gone now, what, 1 to I think 70 something animals, and still, it's definitely one of my fan favorites. I've had him going on 6 years now, and I've enjoyed every moment that I've had with mine. So, give your bearded dragon a scratch every now and then, scratch under the chin. They like that. Oh, I guess this is the end of the video. Alright, boys and girls, that is going to wrap it up for today. So, if you like the video, damn it, I messed it up. Now, if you like the video, please feel free to give us a thumbs up. If you want to see some more of my animals or my breeding projects, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, DBCB Exotics. We're also on TikTok. Do you like some cool designs? It's not this shirt, but it is this shirt. That's a pretty cool design right there. I say you can find those in some like this one. Oh, there's that design again. You can find those at teespring.com/DBCB Exotics. We got that down there in description, where we also have Patreon, patreon.com/DBCB Exotics, where you get to see some premium content like pictures I take before anyone else gets to see them, the animals I bring in and new project updates before anyone, get up to date on any of the reptile projects that I'm doing, any of the breeding project, the animals I produce, you always get first dibs on those. There's even a tier where you can get discounts on this rad merch and rad reptiles that I produce. Rad reptiles. It starts as low as $1 a month, and that's about it. That's the end of the spiel. So, oh, you also get your name at the end of the credits that's about to go down. That's pretty cool. Make sure to go check that out. We'll see you tomorrow!